Alright, let's roll. Alright, PEI. Okay, I feel like that needed some context. Growing up, camping was something I looked forward to every summer. My mom always tried to get us to a different campground, and it was always an adventure. Not because she doesn't have the best sense of direction and got us lost at least once or twice on every trip, but because she would always encourage us to explore. We'd go to the interpretive centers to learn about the wildlife and the landscapes that were native to that park, and those are the memories that I've always cherished now as an adult. My dad and stepmom would also take us camping to Long Point most summers, and those trips were also great memories because we were able to have campfire cookouts with all 7 of us. I've got 4 other brothers and sisters on my dad's side. You'll meet them later. Grandma and Grandpa had a trailer not far from the campsite, so they'd often come visit us for the day and spend it at the beach. But as the family grew in size with boyfriends, girlfriends, and now a brother-in-law, it got more and more difficult to get everyone together. So every few years, we'd do a trip to an all-inclusive in Mexico or the Dominican, and they were great as well, but we shook it up this time around and decided to head to Prince Edward Island for the week. The plan was to have everyone fly and rent 2 cars in Charlottetown to have for the week, but I saw an opportunity. Going on a real road trip had been something I really wanted to do for quite a while, and I pitched that instead of flying, I'd drive myself and anyone else who wanted to join instead. Long story short, when given the option to fly 2.5 hours versus a 2-day, 20-ish hour drive, the answer for everyone else was pretty easy.
No.
That's a big no for me.
No. So I did what any sane person would do. I downloaded a ton of podcasts and opted to do the drive on my own. I really wanted to use this opportunity to see more of my own country, so I started researching national parks that were on the route I'd take to PEI. After researching different parks and the best hikes I could go on, I decided on Jacques-Cartier National Park and the Bay of Fundy National Park. Both had unique landscapes and epic scenes that would provide for some gorgeous footage and photos. The only problem now was that I had no gear. So I drove to Atmosphere and picked up a tent and scrounged the rest of the gear I would need from family and friends.
So this is why you set up your tent far in advance of going on a trip. I totally forgot how to do it, so we're gonna figure it out today.
All right, let me take you for a tour. It's not bad, quite a bit of room in here. Now, I've got the gear, I've got the plan together and the reservations booked. The plan now is to leave from my house and stop in downtown Toronto, pick up a zoom lens rental for the trip at Vistec, and drive 10 hours to Quebec City. In Quebec, I'll pick up some food and water and drive 40 more minutes to the campground. Let's just see how well this goes.
All right, it's August 14th. Back in the car.
The wind will lift my step. The wind will lift my step. Oh, this ain't over yet. We're higher, 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 higher now. Got up to get, and I've been working up to this. I can feel the wind. We're higher, 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 higher now.
All right, hopefully I'm in frame, but final stop has been made. I just popped in a Vistec and trying out the 100 to 300 Panasonic lens. So with the crop, I effectively get a 200mm to a 600mm. So hopefully I can spot some wildlife far enough away that I'm not terrified that I'm gonna get killed. We got a little bit of rain happening right now, but the skies are still pretty bright. So we're looking good. I'm probably gonna be stopping for a coffee soon though. Eyes are getting a little heavy, so I need a bit of a rest. And then we'll keep her going from there.
The wind will lift my step. The wind will lift my step. Oh, this ain't over yet.
Alright, so we're under 2 hours now. 6:30. I've got an hour and 51 to get to the grocery store. We should get there at 8:22 p.m. and get some groceries quick and then check into my campsite. The other thing I realized I left at home was my paper visitor center.
I was doing the move-in at 11 o'clock, could not see a thing. Well, this right here is worth the 10-hour drive up to Quebec. Alright, so I'm about to head out on my first hike of the day, so meal prep is key. It's not a bad view back there either. Alright, about to start my first hike at La Scatora, there. And this thing is supposed to be something like 16 kilometers, so a 5.5 hour hike. And weather's not looking ideal, but we'll see how she goes. And I mean, hey, it's still beautiful. Yeah, so this is something I've wanted to do for a long time, get out here and check out the Appalachians, and it's looking pretty sweet so far. Now the reviews that I've read so far about this trail is that it's a gradual uphill with some technical sections. We'll see how that actually pans out. But came prepared anyway. But this Whistler backpack is solid so far. Getting a little dark. Been able to fit a 3-liter water pack in there, as well as the 5D and like 5 lenses. So pretty sweet so far. I got the bear spray. Probably don't need it, hopefully not. And the rain jacket, just in case, you never know. So obviously one of the other things that I think I've touched on already, but being prepared, it's pretty important when you're doing something like this. And I gotta say, like, I hike a ton through the Dundas Valley and that, but I don't hike up mountains often, other than the escarpment, which is not really much of a mountain. There's about 450 meters of ascending, I think, 450 or 405. So a decent amount. You wanna make sure you have the proper footwear and some hiking poles if you need them. Like I say, I probably don't have the proper footwear. I want to try them out. They're super comfortable. They're a nice light casual hiking shoe. They're okay right now. If the climbing gets any more technical, I probably will have wished that I brought, oh, look at this. Sorry, I got distracted. There's so many like super gorgeous like mountain streams and stuff. You're pretty well following one the whole way. But anyway, the shoe is super light, super comfortable, has good grip, and it is fully waterproof, even though it's a pretty low cut shoe. So for stuff like this, totally doable. Oh, here's a better view. So anyway, for stuff like this, the shoe's great. It does a really good job at keeping you dry and comfortable, good grip, but I can feel the rocks kind of coming through a little bit. So not a super technical kind of beefy shoe. Up and onward. So freaking gorgeous, man. I can't get over it that there are mountains this big on the East Coast. Like, I don't know, other than Mont Tremblant, snowboarding in the winter, if I've really seen the Appalachians as big as they are, how beautiful. It's pretty cool. So I got some shots in the river where it was flowing a little heavier. This is the dam right here. We can tilt up. We're getting there. Getting there. I think this goes around the mountain though, so still got a bit of a hike to get back to that side, but up at the top.
All right, so here's the view. Sun's finally starting to come out. Now, I'm Canadian, and one of the languages, or the other language that you're supposed to learn, is French when you're going through elementary school. I'm guessing if you're like me, as a teenager, you had no interest. You did for like the first year, maybe two, then lost it. You had enough homework as it was, and who's ever gonna use French? Man, do I regret that decision. Oh yeah. So, that way. So I'll admit now, starting to feel my knees a bit. The pack is heavy, but I think I'm starting to see a view just down on yonder. Look at this. All right, we have come to the lookout. Hoping it turns up on there all right. Oh, Mom, you would not like this. I gotta tell you, that is the most epic view I've ever seen. It's up there, but it's pretty epic. Woo! Well, I am now paused at 1400 calories, 2 hours and 22 minutes from when I started recording. So about 2.5 hours to get up here, and man, the views did not disappoint whatsoever. Let's just take a quick look at this here. So this down here is the river that runs along the entire national park, and I'm at kilometer 30, and
Man, it was worth the drive. The roads were super pitted getting here. And just swing this back around. So like I said, worth the hike, worth the drive, the 10 hours. I was looking forward to this trail and I wasn't sure if it would live up to the hype. It was gorgeous the entire way up. A lot of it's closed in because you're kind of hiking up the backside of the mountain. But then as soon as you get up here and you get something like this, it's worth every step you take the whole way there. And it's about 15,000 to get up here, just as a heads up, somewhere around there. So probably not for someone who's not super fit, but it's not the hardest hike in the world either. I'm not a huge hiker yet, but I didn't find it too bad with a 50-pound pack on me. So definitely worth the trek if you can make it out to Jacques-Cartier National Park. It's pretty unreal. And so after a long, got a very hearty meal here, a peanut butter and Nutella sandwich. Does it for me. Except for the fact that my mouth is really dry. I gotta drink some more water. You know, admittedly, I was a little nervous about this trip. I haven't been camping in 10 years, real camping. And when I did go, I was with my family, and my dad and I always joke that when you're kids, things just kind of magically happen. And we've talked about this in the car a few times, but whether I was camping with my mom or my dad, they all made sure that we had everything. It was just ready to go. As kids, you just have to kind of, you know, show up and have fun, and that's what they want you to do. But I appreciate you guys now for doing those things for us, for sure. I mean, I always appreciate it, but get a little more perspective. Totally worth it for these views, though. And the bugs have not been bad. That's what has really shocked me so far. Bugs have not been bad. I had one mosquito in my tent that seemed more concerned about getting out than drinking my blood. So all in all, great experience so far aside from the rain. I gotta get a drink. But I'm gonna enjoy this view a bit longer, head back down to the camp, maybe get some more water, maybe jump in the river, or see if I've got enough time for another hike. I have a feeling because of the rain and because I slept in a bit, I probably won't get another one in here, but still got New Brunswick and PEI. Pretty epic trip.
All right, so I saw the lookout. It's freaking gorgeous. Now I gotta start the maybe slightly easier climb down. Start some dinner. Got some sausages and honey mustard. Should be good. And I got some green pepper to use up. An apple. Only here for tonight, so should be okay. And I hope I have enough ice left in there too. So this is the part where it can get a little sketchy. When you get this loose rock everywhere. I'm about 5 hours into this hike, but coming back down when you're tired, looking forward to that cold beer. Gotta really watch it so you don't roll an ankle. All right, we're in the final descent.
All right, well, I'm pretty gassed after that 6-hour hike, so got the grill going. Gonna cook up some sausages and enjoy a little bevy. I also ate a wrap already. Starving. But overall, so far, a great trip.